There are numerous issues facing our coastlines, and there are two main categories that these hazards can be placed under: natural disasters and human disasters. At present, about 1.2 billion people live in coastal areas globally, and this number is predicted to increase due to a combination of population growth and coastal migration. Along with this increase follows major investments in infrastructure. Over the years, human society has often failed to recognize these hazards, and this has led to major disasters and societal disruption to various degrees. The population that lives along or near our coastlines are an extremely vulnerable population. Around 10 million people globally feel the effects of coastal problems yearly, and most are due to certain natural hazards like coastal flooding with storm surges and typhoons. Intense human presence is taking a huge toll on marine ecosystems and species. 80% of all tourism takes place in coastal areas, with beaches and coral reefs amongst the most popular destinations. Mangrove forests and seagrass meadows have been removed to create open beaches. Tourist developments such as piers and other structures have been built directly on top of coral reefs. Nesting sites for endangered marine turtles have been destroyed and disturbed by large numbers of tourists on the beaches. Arguably the biggest problem facing coastlines is coastal erosion, which is the weathering away of land and the removal of beach or dune sediments by wave action, tidal currents, wave currents, drainage, or high winds.
There have been many different methods of preventing coastline erosion throughout history. Romans introduced many revolutionary innovations in harbor design. They learned to build walls underwater and managed to construct breakwaters to fully protect exposed harbors. Little improvement was done to these methods until the 19th century, when the invention of the steam engine and the search for trade routes during the Industrial Revolution brought about a new interest in port works. Prior to 1950, hard structures such as seawalls were used in coastline protection from erosion. Due to the cost and obtrusiveness of these structures, experts began moving towards a new dynamic approach. New methods replicate protective characteristics of natural beach and dune systems, and these methods are still used today. Today there are two major categories in coastline defense methods. These methods are known as hard engineering strategies and soft engineering strategies. Hard engineering methods are things like seawalls or groins. They are large fixed objects placed on the coastline and stay there long term. Seawalls are simply walls built at the back of beaches to protect settlements above, and a good example of one is right here in Stanley Park. Groins are walls built perpendicular to the coastline to limit the movement of sediment and interrupt water flow to prevent erosion. Soft engineering methods are more commonly used as they are less disruptive towards the environment. They include beach replenishment and sand dune nourishment. Beach replenishment involves bringing new sand into eroding coastlines to simply widen the existing beach. Sand dune management works by introducing public amenities such as car parks, footpaths, Dutch ladders, and boardwalks to stop the removal of sediment by humans.
We decided to look at is how many of the Catalan beaches in Spain are losing their sand. The maximum wave heights were raised by 1.7 meters from 1991 to 2001. Alarmingly, the Catalan supply appears to be running out. Some rivers now barely reach the sea due to water abstraction. Where they do, damming, reforestation, and increasing urbanization upstream all act to reduce sediment input. There are 3 projects proposed by the authorities aimed at solving this problem of sand loss. They all involve the import of sand from updrift. The solution to this problem could cost roughly $5 million Canadian. Hard engineering schemes may be the only short-term solution to the loss of Catalan beaches, but they have a history of unexpected effects and may have huge consequences to the areas down the coast. The consequences of beach replenishment are equally uncertain. In 1996, a beach in the UK that was made of imported sand with the purpose of protecting a coastal road had a wave ride all the way up the beach onto the road. The long-term approach to fixing the Catalan beaches problem may be to rethink the intense development of the coastline.